Test, 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 test. This is a test. Test, test, test.
And now, introducing your Xavier Knights starting lineup from Brooklyn, New York, 5'8", number 50, Jason.
As the winter weather turns to spring, a couple of other changes will come along with it. For the basketball team, after a great 4 years, the seniors gear up to play one more regular season game for the maroon and blue. Meanwhile, the Cristo Ray Panthers come to 16th Street to try to play spoiler on senior night. Will the 6 Xavier seniors ride off into the win column one more time? Or will the Panthers regain their lost footing? It's all coming up right now. We are set to go for tip-off. Rogan House will jump it up for Xavier. And it'll be Ricky Jean Charles. Tip 1 to an all-senior starting lineup for Xavier on senior night. Quickly going into the lane is Aiden Messina. Kicks it back out to Jack Nelson. Messina for O'Grady. Here's Edmond at the top. 18 to shoot on the opening possession. O'Grady's got it at the top. Tries a three. No good off the front iron. Nelson crashes the rebound. Messina comes up with it. Turnaround off the rim. No good. Rogan House fights for it. He's got the ball. Kicks it out. Messina. One more to Edmond. Wide open three. No good. Fourth offensive rebound of the possession for Xavier. They keep it alive again. Nelson reset it out to Edmond with a fresh shot clock to work with at the midcourt X. O'Grady out for Messina. Nice ball movement from the Knights. Inside O'Grady. Had House cutting. Instead he got tipped away. Nice defense from Cabral. 14 to shoot. Outside. Nelson a three. No good. Xavier starts 0 of 3 from the field. O'Grady tries to save the 5th offensive rebound of the possession, but it goes out of bounds. Cristo Ray basketball. The starting 5 and the only 5 here for Cristo Ray. Panthers, Ricky Jean Charles, Elian Rodriguez, D'Angelo Cabral, Blake Jean, and Maki Clark. Cabral inside, nice pass. Rodriguez got stuffed by Nelson. Leak out pass up ahead. Here comes Edmond. Strong finish, no good. Nelson puts it back up and home for the first Xavier points of the day. Jean Charles runs the point for the Panthers. Working on Nelson, nice move. Free throw line jumper, back iron, no good. Whistle blows for a foul. On and over the top, they call O'Grady for the illegal contact, so Cristo Ray will get it off the foul. Not 2 minutes into the game, Xavier has the early 1-possession lead. Cristo Ray trying to get their side of things going after a really long first possession for Xavier. Almost a minute. Carball, same shot as last time. He gets it to go off the window to tie this one up at 2. Nelson with it for Edmond. Nice ball movement for Messina. Knights continue to play hot potato with it. But it's working. They're spacing out the Cristo Rey defense, who are in a 2-3 zone right now. O'Grady tries the three, rolls out. Nelson, the offensive rebound. He couldn't get it to go. And finally, Jean Charles grabs the board. He attacks with pace. Spin move, back out top. Rodriguez has the early points. Winley in the lane, no good. Tapped around, Messina couldn't control. Cabral does for Cristo Rey. Turn around, inside, the big guy, Rodriguez, couldn't get it to go. Nice rebound, Rogan House. Edmond, bounce pass for Messina, inside to O'Grady. Outside, Messina lines it up, no good. Long rebound for Jack Nelson, who now attacks from the perimeter. Nice pass to O'Grady, who finishes it. Dinner is served, and it's plated for O'Grady. 4-2 Xavier lead. 4:50 to play, opening quarter. Get an all-senior starting lineup. Jean Charles attacks plus the foul. Bucket's good and one. Messina called for a blocking foul. So Ricky Jean Charles has one more at the line to give Cristo Rey its first lead of the day. Free throw's good. Be interesting to see how the Knights played this thing out on senior night. Obviously, you want to give these guys as much reps as possible, but if you think there's someone that can come in and have a better shot at winning the game, especially if it's late close, then you might have to go that direction if you're Coach McGrain. We'll see. Inside, Rogan House gets doubled, kicks it out for Messina. Up to the top for O'Grady. Probably would have shot. Jack Nelson does instead. Jack Nelson hits! Xavier regains the lead, their first from downtown. 7-5 Knights. Knights bench tries to make a little bit of noise. Blake Jean dishes for Jean Charles. Been the focal point of the offense so far. Carball lost the handle. Stolen by Nelson. Could have gotten O'Grady with the leak out. Couldn't get it there in time. Edmond for O'Grady. Still plenty of time to work with. Knights moved it up quickly. Messina for Nelson. Puts a move on into the lane. Messina behind the back for House. Came up with a handle and then tripped over the body of Winley, who was lying on the floor. Nelson to inbound, he's got it to House. Messina, nice ball movement. Nelson, 2 for 2, no good. A lot of contact there, but he got back up, no foul called. Out of bounds off O'Grady. The Panthers will retain. It's been a pretty whistle-free game up to this point. Only 3 total fouls through the first 4, almost 5 minutes. Cabral, nice defense. House comes to double. Nelson, leave Jean Charles in the corner, and he connects from 3. Back and forth the two teams go. Looks like the offense is starting to pick up a little bit here. O'Grady for House, catch right off the lob, out of bounds, stays here off the deflection. Coach McGrain calls out a play, box 2. That's exactly what the Knights do, spread up, set up in a box and spread out. House gets the inbound for Nelson in the corner. Not this time, rebounded by Messina, puts it right back up, no good. Messina again, no good again. Back iron twice for Aiden Messina. Now here comes Cristo Rey in transition. Offensive foul! Jason Edmonds done it all season, and he takes one on senior night. Jean Charles lost control, and you know Edmond willing to sacrifice the body and set the feet to pick up the charge. Seems like the Knights have gotten the open looks. A couple shots haven't been able to fall. That's why it's a 1-point Cristo Rey lead. Ball movement. Nelson inside House. He got deflected by Jean Charles, who comes away with the steal, but he stepped out of bounds right before he could break the other way in transition. So nice defense from the Panthers, but they don't get anything out of it. Xavier, it's a reset on the shot clock with 2:17 to play before the expiration of the first. Inbound goes to Messina. Nice baseline drive. Left-handed layup off the window is good. Bench is hyped up. 9-8 Xavier lead. Gets a little defense chant out of the crowd. Here comes Winley, right-handed scooper. Oh, halfway home. And then it left through the back door. No good. Back to Messina. Cross court for Nelson. O'Grady has it. Knights continue to move the ball extremely well, especially around the perimeter. I think Rogan House wants to get a little bit more involved down low in the paint area. He's been calling for the ball. Now he gets it. O'Grady off the feed. It leaves Messina open. Messina hits! 5 in a row on senior night. Xavier, their first double-digit lead of the day. Winley through the lane, nice defense, gets it to go. Up and under the hand of Jack Nelson, a sweet move. O'Grady, 16-footer, no good off the iron. Rebound knocked around, Nelson could not save it, and it goes out of bounds, Panthers ball. Messina came into this game averaging 2 points a game. Already has 5. Layup around O'Grady, no good for Carball. Rebounded by Xavier with 45 seconds to play in the opening frame. Edmond, Messina, does he have it again? Connects! Aiden Messina, nothing short of feeling himself. That's 8. Ties his season high in the points column. Leading this Xavier squad, Winley has the answer on the other end, off the iron and the backboard. Xavier can hold for the final shot, 15 to play in the opening quarter. Looks like Edmond has intent to just do that. Nice ball movement, O'Grady for House, 8 to shoot. Quarter has 5 left, outside, Messina, this would be magical. Oh yeah, Aiden Messina! A magical first quarter, 11 of the Knights, 18. The bench is loving it. 18 to 12 after 1 quarter of play. Aiden Messina, my goodness. Extremely hot from the floor. Shooting has been working. Remember, he missed his first 3 shots in the paint, all ones that he thought could have fallen. You could see him visibly frustrated. Got that first on a nice move with the left-handed layup, and then just went to that right wing and started burying him from the perimeter. Puts him to double digits for the first time this season. Came into the game with 12 total points on the year. He has 11. Alexander Kovacevic, the 6'7" freshman, as the warm-up off. Looks like he's going to come into this game. Same with Petey Franchuk and Timmy Leahy. So the only seniors still in there are Edmond and O'Grady. This is the usual 5 that you would see here. A scene in a quarter, 11 points. Great job. Now the Knights bring in a couple of their normal guys. Junior, Petey Franchuk, a sophomore, and Timmy Leahy, and of course, the freshman. The big Serb, they call him, Mr. Kovacevic. Second quarter is underway. D'Angelo Cabral for Winley. Nice defense by Leahy. Seal him off on the perimeter. 20 to shoot. Really good. They keep trying to screen him up top with Rodriguez. Kovacevic isn't letting that happen, but blocking foul called in the paint. Goes against O'Grady, his second of the game on that basically that same baseline drive. So interesting to talk about in this game is that Cristo Rey does not have any bench players. They only showed up to the gym with 5 guys here. So the 5 that you're seeing out there are the 5 you'll see all night. Jean Charles, one of the focal points, working on Edmond. Right outside the paint, no good off the window. Rebounded by Timmy Leahy in transition. Franchuk had a little trouble coming down with it. O'Grady in the paint, yes sir! Uses the body to move his way into the strong area. Gets it to go, 8-point Xavier lead, minute into the second. Nice defense from Franchuk. 3 from Cabral, no good. Rebound by O'Grady, and the Knights can push the lead up to double digits. Kovacevic inside, gets the double. O'Grady has it. Cross court, Franchuk, nice find. Edmond now attacks the lane. Up and under. The Jelly Fam is there. Not OTE, but he made it look nice. 10-point Xavier lead, 22-12. Winley to the outside. Ricky Jean Charles. Inside on Edmond. Edmond got a piece of it. Jean Charles back up and home with it. Layup is good. Travis Mitterway heads to the scorer's table to check in for the Knights. O'Grady outside to Edmond. Nice ball movement from the Knights. Find the open man. There's Leahy. He'll shoot it from deep. Yes, sir! Timmy Leahy is into the scorebook off the bench. 11-point Knights lead. Knights are showing out from the perimeter. 3-point wise here on senior night. Messina got it started. And then Leahy adds to that. Bodies flying everywhere. Cristo Rey controls. Jean Charles slows it down. 14 to shoot. Guarded by Edmond. Knights in man-to-man coverage. Cabral doesn't go with the high screen. Floater in the paint. It's good. For D'Angelo Cabral. Franchuk into the front court. Gives out some directions. Running the point really well. Looking for options. Tipped around 2 times. And it stays here. Xavier ball. 2 changes. O'Grady and Edmond will take a seat. Travis Mitterway, Jack Tully will both come in off the bench for the first time tonight. Knights go a little bit smaller, but of course they still have Kovacevic in there to bring the size at the center spot. He backs down on Rodriguez, into the paint, up and under. No good, foul called. Kovacevic will represent the Knights for the first time at the free throw line tonight. Cristo Rey did not commit a foul shot penalty in the first 11 minutes of the game. Kovacevic. 3 dribbles, up with the free throw. It rolls out. Rims out. (25-16). He can extend the lead back to 10 with a make. He can. 50% from the line. Full court defense from Petey Franchuk. On Cabral, who's struggling, doesn't know what to do with it. Out of bounds, a nice poke from behind. I believe it was from Mitterway. Timeout, Cristo Rey. They want to go over and discuss things with 4:41 to play in the second quarter. 26-16. We'll be back in a minute. Timeout is over. 10-point game here in the final regular season basketball game of the season. Senior night here on 16th Street. All 5 active seniors played the entire first quarter, and then there were a couple changes. At this point, Jason Edmond has gone to the bench. And so did O'Grady, happened about 2 minutes ago. Ball is in, here we go. 4:40 to play, second quarter. 10-point Knights lead. Clark, no good, rebound, grabbed by Mitterway. Tully has it, gives for Franchuk. Knights add a little bit of size there with Travis Mitterway, who lays it up, no good. Had an open layup, but couldn't get it to go, and is called for a foul going back on defense the other way. (26-16). Kovacevic comes for the double and gets the steal. Here come the Knights in transition. Tully, nice bounce pass. Leahy back for Tully. Yes, sir. Looked like a 3-man weave warm-up drill. Kept passing it to each other under the rim. Finally, the finish goes. 12-point Knights lead. Tully now scrappy defensively. Free lane to the rack, though, for Maki Clark. That's because Kovacevic tried to come out to the perimeter and double again for another steal. Mitterway gets it to go from the free throw line. Tried to get another steal and overcommitted a little bit, so Clark was able to drive to the hoop past Tully. Here he goes again. The double, this time Clark ends up on the ground. That's gonna be a jump ball. Possession arrow is with Xavier, so it's going the other way. Knights force another turnover. They're second in 3 possessions. 3:23 to play now before the half. Franchuk controls of the inbound from Tully. Inside, Mitterway got his man to bite. Left-handed hook, no good. Rebound snagged right there by Elian Rodriguez. Cabral, double comes again. Xavier loves this. They're doubling on the perimeter again. Can I get another steal? Cabral gets rid of it to Rodriguez. Batted up in the air. Knights have it. Here comes Timmy Leahy, looking for options. Attacks, wide open. Franchuk in the corner. Shooting practice. 3 no good. Bit too strong. Jean Charles lost the handle, out of bounds. Stays here, poked away by Xavier. Kieran Singh gonna check in for the Knights to replace Jack Tully. That is the substitution. Inbound to the backcourt for Clark. Guarded there by Singh, new into the game. Trips, stumbles, regains his dribble. Out to the top for Cabral, attacks from midcourt, lost it again. Knights another steal, up ahead, Singh. Couldn't get to the layup to go. Kovacevic has the cleanup. Nobody else was in the paint there for Cristo Ray. About the easiest 2 of Kovacevic's life. Overcommit. Jean Charles, Euro through the lane, no good. Xavier again in transition. They continue to outrun Cristo Ray, and again Kovacevic having his way in the paint. Makes it a 34-18 game. Under 2 to play in the second quarter. Jean Charles, nice defense there from Leahy. Into the paint, 6-footer, yes. Cuts the lead to 14. Still a lot of ground to cover here for the Panthers because of how great of a quarter the Knights have had. Transition's really been working for them. Gotten multiple defensive steals. Timmy Leahy, oh, nice pass, Kovacevic to Franchuk. Quarterback to receiver. Connection is made for a first down. 16-point game. Petey Franchuk, one of the stars of the football team as well. Nice move, Jean Charles on Leahy. Step back, no good. Rebound controlled by Mitterway. 1 minute to play. Franchuk, open again, gonna try it again. Yes, sir. PD Franchuk extends the lead to 19. .48 seconds to play before the half. Nice move. Clark got denied. Xavier again in transition. Midway. Stops on a dime. Layup good. 21-point lead for the Knights. 41-20. It'll be a 1 second difference. Shot to game clock when this ball is inbounded. 36 to play before the break. 35 seconds to shoot. Again, they double at the top. Jean Charles works around it. Nice pass. Inside layup. Nice. Well done by the Panthers. Cabral, the layup. 13 seconds until the half. Risky pass flies into the Panthers bench. Out of bounds. Cristo Ray ball. Franchuk was looking for Singh, but overcooked the pass. Going the other way with 10.5 to play. Cristo Ray the opportunity to cut to 16. The coaches tell him to hold for the final shot. 5 to go before the half. Clark got to do something with it. 2, 1, doesn't realize how much time there is. And he runs out. The shot clock expires. And that is how the half will end. 41-22 is the Knights' lead on senior night. We'll take a 10-minute break and be back with you for the start of the third quarter. We are back for the beginning of the second half here on 16th Street, here at senior night. I just talked to assistant Knights coach Greg Dolan, and he told me that this team's got to play possession by possession, play by play. That these guys got to cherish every moment they've got because, well, after this, seniors do not have any more home game. Knights will be on the road for the playoffs. So, one last half on the Xavier hardwood for these seniors. The 5 to start the half out there for the Knights: Petey Franchuk, Timmy Leahy, Jack Nelson, JoJo O'Grady, and Jason Edmond. Obviously, 2 of them seniors. 3 of them seniors. And Cristo Ray, in case you weren't with us for the first half, only has 5 active players here tonight, so they do not have any substitutes. Xavier has a plethora, but Cristo Ray, not quite sure what would happen if someone got hurt or was unable to play. That's a double dribble to begin the half for Maki Clark. Not exactly what you want to do down 19 to open up the third quarter, but an early mistake for Cristo Ray. They made plenty of them in the first half, including that boxing out on the defensive rebounding side, having trouble in the paint, especially when Alexander Kovacevic was in there. Nelson couldn't get it to go. 2 Cristo Ray defenders are both there, and they both looked at each other as Nelson split the middle. Edmond jumps up, but instead it's Ricky Jean Charles with the strong finish. Leahy to the top for Nelson. Franchuk, O'Grady tries a 3. Boom! JoJo O'Grady from downtown extends the lead back to 20. 44 to 24. Jean Charles lost the handle, stolen away. Edmonds got it on the turnover. Xavier slows it down. Knights had an opportunity to run, but instead Nelson throws it down. Petey Franchuk calls out a play with his thumb. O'Grady finds the cutter. Edmond in the lane. Right-handed reverse layup, no good. Rebound controlled by the Panthers. Cabral, double comes from behind him, stolen away. Jason Edmond, foul called in transition. Cabral grabbed his jersey while Edmond was trying to run away in transition. Xavier would have had a 2-on-1 opportunity. And it being their first foul of the half, that was pretty smart from Cristo Ray, because now it's going to be Xavier ball side out. If we're in the NBA, they might have called it a transition take foul and attack, but a smart foul nonetheless there from Cristo Ray. Franchuk has it off the screen from Nelson. Inside, O'Grady uses the body, turn around, fend off, no good, front iron, batted around. The junior Petey Franchuk recontrols, calls out a new play. Leahy can't hit from 3. Franchuk snags the rebound. O'Grady in the paint, right up and in. JoJo O'Grady in his final game with Xavier gets another one to fall, approaching double digits. Cabral looking for options. That's Ricky Jean Charles. He's been the focal point of what has been the Cristo Ray offense thus far. Into the paint, bad pass, knocked away. O'Grady holds. Here comes the Knights. Franchuk looking for options. Inside, nice pass, finishes there. Jack Nelson off of magic from Petey Franchuk. 48-24. Cabral stolen again. Edmond up ahead, gonna take it to the rack. Jason Edmond, Cristo Ray cannot compete in what is turning into a track meet. Xavier getting the steals on one end, finishing on the other end. Now they double. Jean Charles into the paint, couldn't get it to go. Rebound O'Grady, leak out, another outlet. Edmond lost the handle. Looks like he fell or hit a dead spot on the court. 2-on-1. Gene Charles is able to finish. Franchuk, the only guy back there. O'Grady and Edmond, look exhausted after what has been sprints up and down the court. Some of these guys need a rest at some point. Inside, Franchuk wide open, but he missed the layup. Oh my goodness, Petey Franchuk does not get much more wide open than that. 3 is airballed from Maki Clark. Substitutions for Xavier. Aiden, Messina, Rogan House back in. The crowd applauds the seniors in their final game as Knights. It's going to be a timeout for Cristo Ray. They call a 30-second timeout. When the timeout is over, Rogan House and Aiden Messina, who had 11 first quarter points, broke his season high in the first 8 minutes of the game. He came into the game averaging 2 points, but has put on a senior night show of 11 in the 8 minutes he played. Did not play at all in the second quarter, but now is his chance to return to the spotlight. And remember, that was after an extremely slow start. But he picked up the pace after that. As for Rogan House, he's been a defensive specialist all season. No one does it much better on that end of the floor than he does. Now he's in the game on senior night. No other changes. Let's go small, but then again, Cristo Ray has no subs, so it's not like they can match. They're also pretty small. So I guess Rogan House technically is the tallest guy on the court. 4:25 to play, third quarter, 50-26. It is a 24-point Knights lead. House, Franchuk, Nelson. House wants it in the paint. Outside, Franchuk, a deep one. Yes, sir! Petey Franchuk, done it all season, coming off the ankle injury. Connecting from 3 has been his specialty. 27-point lead. Gene Charles attacks 2 defenders there, but instead they're going to call a blocking foul on Messina for drawing the contact. So it'll be 2 free throws at the line for Gene Charles. Alexander Kovacevic heads back to the scorer's table to check in for Xavier. Add a little bit of size to that lineup. First free throw, no good. There really hasn't been many foul shots in this game. Xavier, I believe, only had 2 the whole first half, and they were shot by Kovacevic, who now checks in for Jack Nelson. And Cristo Ray really didn't either, so it's pretty new territory here for this game. Gene Charles 0 for 2 for the line. Not going to help the cause that Cristo Ray is down 27. Messina through the lane, puts up a floater with the left and gets it to go. Make that 13 on the night. Franchuk and Edmond double. Gene Charles right in front of the free throw line. No good. Kovacevic stands tall to grab the rebound. Franchuk the other direction in the corner. House tries a 3. Way too long. He airballed it. Messina the scrappy rebound. Couldn't get it to go with the layup. So the Knights come up empty-handed. 3:14. That's a long one. No good off the hand of D'Angelo Cabral. Really didn't see Cristo Ray attempt many three-pointers in that corner. Messina, nice ball fake. Into the paint now. Kicks it outside for O'Grady. O'Grady guarded extremely close by Clark. Kovacevic has it on the outside. House, hands off. In the corner, Edmond looking for options. A senior in his last home game. Kovacevic, he's still got a ton of these to go on 16th Street. They got 4 to shoot. Franchuk's got to put something up with 2 with 1. Gets it to go! The magician pulls out another trick. It's a 31-point Knights lead. 26-57. Xavier pouring it on senior night. Nice defense. Edmond couldn't get the steal. Cabral inside. Nice pass. No good on the finish, though. Elian Rodriguez really couldn't get it to go. Up ahead, House in transition. Nice bounce pass, spin move. Kovacevic, everything about it was perfect. Layup's good. Bumps the Knights up to 59 points on the day. Less than 2 to play in the third. Well, there's 5 on the court for Cristo Rey. It really feels like there's 4 because Blake Jean has not been involved. Number 12, he's in the near corner right now. I mean, they're just not passing to him. Backpedals in transition here off the steal. Edmonds got it. I mean, you're already at a disadvantage when you bring 5 to the gym, but it just really feels like 4. I mean, he's a presence on the defensive end, but really non-existent offensively. Franchuk for Messina. Rogan House. Kovacevic. House. Thought he was going to try a 3. Franchuk's got 2 to shoot. Again! Petey Franchuk bottoms at the buzzer ×2. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. 62-26. This game started off close. Xavier is pulled away. Franchuk got poked away. Jean Charles on House. Nice defense. No good off the back iron. Foul called on Rogan House for a reach-in, so it'll be 2 more at the line for Ricky Jean Charles. Free throw is good. Wholesale changes coming in for Xavier. 3-4-5. Mitterway, Tully, Singh to replace Franchuk, Edmond, and Messina. That's trying to get everyone they can into this game on the last day of the regular season. Well, they've succeeded. Everybody on the roster has played so far. Second free throw, good. 62-28. Singh, spin move to House. Back for Mitterway, new into the game. Kovacevic. House, nice pass. Mitterway, 20 to shoot in the paint. Outside, nice ball movement. Really well played. Singh turned it over though. 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Shot clock turned off. Cabral. Jean Charles. 10, 9. He's got to put something up. Looking for options. Cabral in the corner. And that is an air ball to end the quarter. A big 62-28 lead for Xavier here on senior night. We've got 1 quarter left to play in what you can presume to be is going to be a lot of the seniors. Remember, there are 5 active seniors tonight. Jack Nelson, JoJo O'Grady, Jason Edmond, Rogan House, and Aiden Messina. Harris Liam is a senior. This will be his last game in uniform. He is dressed up, took part in our awesome senior ceremonies before the game, but is not able to play because of suffering a knee injury. But this is not new territory for Cristo Rey, because they entered the day 1-15 on the season. Their only win was against their affiliate, Cristo Rey, New York. It was a 58-45 win. It came way back on December 7th of last year, 2024. They haven't won since the turn of the calendar, and it was their 3rd game of the season. They've been held to 36 or less in their last 3 games. The worst of their losses was 108-53 against Brooklyn Law Tech. Meanwhile, the Knights are trying to finish things out strong, and they come in on a 4-game losing streak, but they've been it's been a streaky year for them. They started by winning 3 of their first 4 games, then after that, they lost 4 of their next 5. Came back, went 7-3 in their last 10, now come in losing 4 straight. But boy, do they have a chance to turn that right around with a win here on senior night, and that looks like what they're getting ready to do. Also interesting to note, they haven't played a home game in the month of February. Last game on 16th Street was a dreadful loss to McClancy on January 28th, but they are not going to let that happen again. Kovacevic in the lane to start off the fourth quarter. Bodies his way out for Midway. This is the same five that ended the fourth quarter. Ended the third. They're all in to start the fourth. Kovacevic, 10 to shoot. Back down, lost the handle, gets double teamed, and I call a foul on D'Angelo Cabral for a hold. So side out for Kieran Singh. Gets it into Tully. Midway for Messina. Fresh shot clock to shoot with after the foul. Singh. That was nice defense there, played from Gene. He's got it back. High screen from Kovacevic. Tully thought about a deep three, didn't take it. Singh into the lane, nice kick. Midway in the corner, no good, bit too strong. Rebound put right back up, no good. Singh, Kovacevic, third time is the charm in the paint to get the bucket. Cabral loops it up and over the top for Gene Charles. Now attacks. 10-footer, no good. Kovacevic the board off the iron. And Xavier again has it going the other way. Tully. Spin move on Gene, trying to shake his defender. Kovacevic has it now for Midway. Singh, 20 to shoot. Put some moves on. Kovacevic now into the paint. Bodies outside for Midway. Didn't shoot it this time. Singh's open. 10 to shoot. Tully. Midway. 5, 4. Out to Singh. He's got to put it up with two. Floater. Yes. Final second floater from Kieran Singh extends the lead 66 to 28. Lead continues to balloon. Three-pointer off for Gene Charles. Rebound crash there by Singh. Again, this game started off pretty close, first 4 or so minutes. Ever since then, Xavier has dominated every facet of the game. Offense, defense, rebounding, steals. They've been great defensively. Tully tries. No good. House couldn't snag the board. Here comes Cristo. Cabral attacks with pace, but a foul called on Xavier, so he will go to the line to shoot 2. Aiden Messina in for Kovacevic. Let's go small again. Messina, the senior. So 2 seniors in here with 5:26 to play left on senior night. House and Messina. Again, it was an all-senior starting lineup, if you're wondering. 66-28. Cabral puts one up. High arcer, foul called. Rogan House is going to be called for the hold. He disagrees. But 2 more free throws for the Panthers, and Cabral has them. Gets the first one to go off a generous roll from the charity stripe. Second one is in. 66-30. 5:16 to play. Bounce pass, House. Nice pass, Tully up and under. No good on the layup. It was a nice idea on the give and go, but they couldn't execute at the end. Gene Charles lost the handle. Cabral bodies his way inside, puts it up off glass, no good. House keeps the board alive despite the swatting attempts. Now there's 4:50 to play. Midway for Messina. House. Singh from the free throw line. No good. Rattles out. Panthers have the board. Approaching the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Nice Euro by Gene Charles. Foul called. 3rd straight shot attempt that Cristo is going to benefit with free throws from. This time foul is on. Not sure who they whistled for it. Third team foul for Xavier in the quarter. First is good from Jean Charles. Two dribbles, a spin, free throw good, 2 for 2 from the line. Cuts the lead to 34. Messina for Midway. Rogan House, Midway, Messina. Nice ball movement from the Knights, 18 to shoot. House, left-handed hook shot, no good. Rebound put up and home by Travis Midway. It's another season high for Xavier. That's Midway's season high as well. Deep three, it's good. Splash shot from D'Angelo Cabral. One of the first Cristo Ray three-pointers of the night. And now he gets a steal on the other end. Put the hands up and did a nice job. Cabral attacks with the right, way too strong. Xavier pushes the other way. Midway for Messina. House on the outside. Messina into the paint. Euros past two defenders and gets the roll. The beatdown continues. It's up to 35. The Xavier lead. 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Some of these guys in maroon and blues. Last couple minutes here on the Xavier court. It's been a great senior night to see. Every single person on the roster checked in. It was an all-senior starting five. My goodness. Marquis Clark hit the deck really hard, and now he is in some pain. It's a big thud on his way down. Oh man, that is a tough scene. Hit the deck really hard. He gets an ovation for getting up. I mean, you heard the thud. Scratching at the back of his head right now. Talking to the officials. So Coach McGrain is going to call a timeout. Hopefully let him feel it out. It looks like he's grabbing at his arms. Now he'll go talk to the athletic training staff. Nice timeout there out of respect from Xavier. It's a full timeout. And you know what Coach Dolan talked to me about right before the second half started is, whenever you're playing, you're always getting better for the next time. So playoffs start next week, and Xavier really try and build something here, momentum to build off of as they head in to into the playoffs, but they have had no problems here against the Panthers. Again, Cristo Rey has won one game all season. And it looks like they're going to remain that way as the season comes to an end. Two shots as we return for Marquis Clark, who just hit the deck really hard. Looks like he's all right. First free throw, toilet bowls out. And he airballs the second one. (70-35), 2:30 to play, fourth quarter on senior night. Messina for House. Midway. Tully directs traffic with 18 to shoot. Brings it back for Messina. And Midaway threw it into the second row seats, looking for Singh, who cut the other way. Now, Cristo Rey has trouble with the inbound, but they're able to recover. Jean Charles back to the top. Cabral feeds for Clark. 2 minutes to play. Cristo Rey trying to move the ball around, find some sort of open shot. 10 seconds to shoot. They got 9, 8, 7. They got to put something up in 2 and in 1, and Jean Charles ran out of time. Not sure what Cristo Rey was doing there. I mean, didn't even try and get a shot up. House on the interior. Kicks it back for Midaway. House, Midaway. Messina into the paint. Rogan House finishes. A little too strong on that one. In the corner, Midaway. They got a reset on the shot clock. Hit board. Euro in the lane. It's good for Rogan House on senior night. He's got his points at the 1 minute mark of the fourth quarter. 72 to 35. What a season it has been. Again, the ups and the downs. They start off strong, lose 3 or 4, and then go on a bit of a winning streak. But no matter what, this is a sweet way to end a great season for the Knights. Shot clock is turned off. They can just dribble it out if they like. Pass it around a couple of times, but I don't think they're going to put a shot up. Final 15 seconds of the regular season for Xavier. Messina finds Tully. 5, 4, 3, and that is how senior night comes to a close. A resounding 72 to 35 victory for the Knights. They defeat Cristo Rey in their final game of the regular season as they gear up for the playoffs and look ahead to moving forward. Coming up, an interview with senior JoJo O'Grady. We'll be back in just a second for that and so much more. Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Hold on.
Like
wait,
through the microphone?
Wait, hold